What's up everyone, we're back here today with another really special fruit. This is the black sapote or chocolate sapote, otherwise known as chocolate pudding fruit. This is one that I've been waiting to try for a really long time, and I'm super happy we were able to get this and source it directly off the tree. We saw the beautiful tree that this grew on, and there was two different varieties. There's this flat one over here and one that was a bit more round. Apparently they taste just about the same, but it was really cool to see that and to get to see the tree and actually pick the fruit right off. Big shout out to the people who helped us out do that. Your farm is fantastic. We might disclose that another time. Today we're gonna keep it apart from this video as I really wanna focus on this beautiful fruit over here. You can see it started to get all kinds of dimples, and that's because it's ripening up and it's actually perfectly ripe now. It comes a little bit hard, and then once it starts to wrinkle up like that, you know you're good to go. You could get into it as soon as it gets a little soft, but what you really want to do is catch this fruit when it's a little soft. You see this? It's kind of basically like chocolate pudding. I'm gonna go ahead and cut into this and show you what it looks like inside. See how easily that gets in there? It's really cool in terms of culinary ventures and how diverse it is. Look at this thing. Super beautiful fruit. Try to get in there for you. Really cool fruit. Let us know if ever you have seen this or you eat this back home from your country. We have a lot of people that request certain things because they get it in their country. This is an absolute delicacy, and you can make chocolate brownies with them without adding much of anything, as it really already has that texture. Check that out. Super beautiful fruit, and you can see it's got these really nice seeds inside, so we're gonna keep those and put them aside. Put them over here, and look at that texture. You could already see, like, it's basically just pudding. Incredible texture. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little bit of a taste and give you a bit of a review. Also gonna go take a lot of flicks of this because everyone loves to see what these fruits look like cut open. So let's get right into this. Get a little scoop of this, eat it for breakfast, fill up on nutrients. It's super nutrient dense, and you can feel it as you're eating it that it's really filling, and in a really good way. There's no off flavors, so there's no bitterness or sour or anything of the sort. It really almost tastes kind of inert. So a little syrupy maybe, and that texture is really what's interesting. But you could go ahead and manipulate it in all kinds of different ways to make different recipes, whether it's brownies or cakes or even just an actual chocolate pudding by adding a little sweetener. Got a little honey over here, so we might just do that. I'm gonna taste it as is and give you a little bit of a review. All right, let's get into this. Cheers. Look how cool this is. Look how this just puddings right out. Super creamy pudding-like texture. Cheers. It's basically chocolate pudding. It has way less of the chocolate that you're looking from pudding, but it's brown and has the texture of pudding, a little very light sweetness, so it's like pudding minus the sweetener. If you add sugar into there, it definitely will mimic that, and you really have to add nothing into it. So if you'd freeze this, for example, it would make you a really nice ice cream or somewhat of like a frozen yogurt type ice cream, which we did with the red sugar apple, and it was absolutely delicious. It really makes you something that's outstanding without having to touch the fruit at all, other than maybe taking out the seeds. In terms of flavor, I really can't necessarily pinpoint certain flavor profiles. It's quite inert. There's not much going on there. It's just lightly sweet. Maybe I wouldn't even say earthy because it would kind of throw you off. Go ahead and take a little piece of this again. It's really enjoyable. It does taste a bit like a fruit. Like you can notice it's a fruit and not necessarily a vegetable or like a protein or something like that. Something's dawning on me there. I guess it also has the texture of like mashed banana, but just way better and more silky. Not really sure what this tastes like. If any of you have tasted it, please let us know down below and see what you think it tastes like. I find it doesn't have the most flavor, but it's an absolutely delicious fruit in a pudding kind of way. Maybe even like a custard kind of texture to it. Super, super smooth and really delicious fruit. That is the black sapote. Keep an eye out for these. We should be having some of these relatively soon. Still, it's going to be about next year because the season's over, but relatively soon. So keep an eye out for these. Straight, fresh picked off the tree, delivered to your house, more even to your door. And yeah, this is black sapote. Check it out. Cheers, guys, and on to the next one.